There's still hope for Frodo. He needs time. We can give him that.
How?
Draw out Sauron's armies. A diversion. Keep him blind to all else that moves.
The Lord of the Rings. Oh, so epic. Such a serious title. It's a good movie. Good movies. I was watching a documentary recently where I think Lord of the Rings wasn't like the original title. And like aside from The Hobbit and all that. Like it wasn't catchy enough for, man, there was a whole lot of, I'm not even gonna get into all that, but it's interesting looking in on things. Seeing the process and all that. Fucking Lord of the Rings, man. One of the Holy Trinity. Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter, and Star Wars. Just so good. It's almost too good. It really hits that fantasy itch. It's funny how fantasy is kind of the core genre of all of this. Star Wars, Harry Potter. I mean, it makes sense, like fairy tales, and it's just always been fantasy, medieval history, culture, it's just all there. But it's like, it's so interesting how this one take on fantasy out of everything else it's ever been. Well, it isn't epic, it's a blockbuster quality. But why Lord of the Rings? You know, why? I don't know. It's like nothing's ever been so ambitious or pushed so hard or so far. It definitely deserves to be where it is and where it's been, where it's going, everything. It's been pretty dry lately though, I'm not gonna lie. But I've loved this forever. The Two Towers, Return of the King, I've seen them 100 times. All the Hobbit movies. What are those ones? The Desolation of Smaug, Battle of the Five Armies. I think The Hobbit was just a Hobbit, I don't know. But it's interesting how there's structure here, and of course there's the books to consider, whatever. But Harry did the same thing with Harry Potter and then Fantastic Beasts. There's obviously a lot more Harry Potter mainline movies, but I'm glad with Lord of the Rings it was just the trilogy, and then 3 Hobbit movies, not too much. Not nearly as diluted as... I mean, Star Wars was more or less the same thing. But they took a whole different... Well, actually, they did the same thing. They did the sequel, then the prequel thing. It's a weird thing to think about. But that just makes sense. I mean, obviously... Star Wars was like the first, and everyone kind of followed suit, probably. But I was talking about that recently, and as well as like, you're always gonna kind of start at the top and then go down, so it makes sense the way they kind of do things. But obviously, it is weird. It's that reverse psychology thing where you think it's the prequels and then the sequels, but. But yeah, Lord of the Rings is just the embodiment of fantasy, and everything's there. It has horror elements, action, fighting, heart, charm, love. Fuck everything. Royalty, hierarchy, monarchy. And I love just everything that they do, not even just the main stuff, but War of Rohirrim, and I actually like the Rings of Power. Some people didn't. It's like, dude, it's more, it fills it out more. It's more context, it's more world building, it's more lore, it's more story, it's more character development, it's more settings, it's more effects, it's more characters, it's more everything. That's how it all started. That whole series. Hello. The origin story, man, it's huge. Doesn't matter if, like, oh, I didn't. Same thing with The Last of Us. Oh, I don't like this actor. Blah blah blah. Blah. It's like, man, you can pick it apart all day and split hairs and micro details and micro focus. It's the whole general big idea, the broad spectrum, the overall universal point, the principle. You know, when people say all that, it's just time. I guess it's all in their head. It's like, okay, well, we started to get to know. It's imprinting. It's no different than like your parents or friends or childhood, and as a teenager growing up, and your perception of time and being a kid and then an adult and stuff you grew up with, nostalgia, memories. It's all kind of just electrical signals, man. But to ignore the content right in front of you in our lifetime, it's just nice to be a part of it. It's being a part of pop culture and stuff. But me personally, I look at things very differently, because I'm like, you know, what if I was J.R. Tolkien? What if I was Peter Jackson? What if I was George Lucas? What if I was J.K. Rowling? You know, what if I could have made something so tremendous and huge and bigger than life itself and bigger than you and me? And it'd be so cool to call it your baby, and it's your life's work and your blood and your sweat and tears. This came from the sweat of your brow. And the Rings of Power is a part of that. It's all one package. It's a package deal. It's cohesive. It's it's not even like a spin-off or something. It is very much part of the story overall. And I don't have to waste my time defending that, but the Lord of the Rings itself, I'm gonna play Gollum soon. Well, sometime. I don't know about soon, but I'm not exactly, kind of avoiding it. I have a Lord of the Rings card game, which is probably gonna be terrible. Probably gonna play that for like a day. I played the Two Towers. Oh, it was so good. The EA and Two Towers PS2 game. Oh. You had all the actors, the graphics are great. The story, it's just like the movie. It's so good. I didn't play the Fellowship of the Ring or the Return of the King, but it's probably more or less the same thing. The games I didn't like were the Shadow of Mordor and Shadow of War or something. I don't even know. I tried one of them. I didn't like it. I'm gonna try the other one, but it's gonna be literally the same thing again. I just didn't like battling the generals, and it was just stupid and Assassin's Creed-esque bullshit, and just felt wrong. They're not good. That's supposed to be like the most modern go-to of what Lord of the Rings has to offer, but well, I guess other than Gollum's probably the most recent, but it's obviously terrible. I don't know, Lord of the Rings has been pretty hit and miss. I think their show did great. There's a season 2, if I remember. Granted, it was just I love that stuff because it's just something to watch. Great way to pass the time, keep yourself busy, have you some me time to chill and relax, and just hang out and take a break. Pace yourself, and it's good for your mind, body, and soul. But yeah, and the effects look great in that show. I loved God, what's her butt? The main girl, Glahildra, whatever the hell her elf name is. Gladriel? Yeah, something. She's beautiful, gorgeous, blonde, just elf. But I love it, man, because when you think about it, you go so far back where all this started. If you really want to get technical, you can go as far back as the books, but I'm not much of a reader. I don't mess with books. I think I tried reading one of the Harry Potter books, and that was about it. You know, from being a kid and being so enlightened and like, wow, and inspired and motivated, and it's such a cool thing to see as a kid that you get that spark of hope and just anything's possible and everything's a miracle and whatever. And then to be as an adult now and to see bits and pieces of Lord of the Rings still continue all these years and thrive and not die and continue to succeed and push the boundaries, and it's part of the collective of Hollywood and movies as a whole is like pushing, you know, displaying what can be done with technology and special effects and even these movies now, granted, if you look at them really close, they've dated like a tiny bit, but man, they still look so damn good. It's something before its time. It's aged about as well as anything else, Star Wars, but obviously as technology improves in a way, so does the movies. Even older movies, like I don't think movies really age to me. It's mostly games. When you're interacting with games, it's a very different story when you're kind of actually doing things instead of just watching visually. But so yeah, an old movie's an old movie, new movie's a new movie, whatever. And as time goes, streaming services and DVDs and Blu-rays, and they do get upscaled and stuff throughout, so like, but not too much. The only thing that kind of messed with older movies like that a little too much were I think some of the Star Wars sequels, I think they were just like adding stuff in and taking stuff out. That's a big no-no, because that's when you really kind of just fuck with the movie, and it's weird. Or when something just looks way too modern and it just looks weird and doesn't really blend in or fit in. The most different things I've seen from the theatrical versions of Lord of the Rings or whatever is the extended. And it's funny, the whole debate between extended and theatrical. I'm like, dude, I don't know, man. I'm happy with the normal version. That's what I'm used to. That's what I like. What, you get maybe 20 extra minutes or however much with the extended, but those are weird. They're cool at first because, like, okay, ooh, I haven't seen this before, but I wouldn't say they're rewatchable. It's probably just easier. I mean, if you can even find those in the first place, but anywhere you're gonna find Lord of the Rings are gonna probably be available. I don't know why. They're longer and shit. When the movie's already 2-3 hours, you may as well go a little further, but it's just kind of off-putting because you're like, I'm not used to the scene. And if you think about it, all it really is how I look at it. It may not be the actual thing, but to me, it's just deleted scenes that just stayed in there, basically. Cut stuff. It's nice to see more, but what it ends up doing is kind of reworking the entire thing, because now you're working with more information and processing it, and you're so used to it and accustomed to a very kind of down the line pathing, and I don't know, it's just weird. I'm not complaining, but yeah, I even had the DVDs. Oh man, like before Blu-ray was even a thing. Oh dude, so good. That's just a must. If you're gonna have a collection at all, or have the luxury to even have one in the first place, You definitely gotta have those DVDs in there. Gotta have all the Star Wars, all the Harry Potters, all the Fast and Furious. God, it just reminds me of like freaking. There's always that one weirdo that freak who. Oh, I've never watched Lord of the Rings. I've never watched Harry Potter. I've never watched Star Wars. Like, what are you doing? There's a difference between living under a rock and just like, what the hell is wrong with you? Like, who the hell doesn't make time to like, or doesn't participate? It's just so strange. I don't care if it's this or horror movies or just superhero movies or. It's like movies are a part of life, man. You know, those are the chads who are like, oh, I'm too busy. I just work all the time, or I hang out with friends. I have a real life. I go hiking and swimming and work out, and it's like, dude, you can sell me that BS all day, man. Everyone has downtime. Everyone's got days off. Everyone has a life, man. You gotta. These people work hard. These people that make movies, man, they got families and it's their job, and it's to keep you distracted from life. You don't always have to be doing something on the go. It's if someone actually had patience, they'd be able to sit there and just watch something and enjoy it and take it in, and because the thing with them is they have so much energy and hyper, and it kind of freaks me out. It's like, dude, you gotta just chill sometimes too. Sorry if I gotta be the one that tells you to chill. Oh God, forbid it, but it's tranquility, it's meditation, it's calm, it's coexistence. It's like I get that life is very mobile and always moving, and with the human body, we're not machines. You're meant to take breaks and to like any Japanese person or Asian in general would say the same thing. It's like, hey, just take care of yourself first. These are people that they're gonna get so burnt out so quick that. And then what do you do in that downtime? What else is there? You know, everyone's got hobbies and stuff and creativity and artsy and imagination, all these things, but that's exactly what movies are, is the pinnacle of any sort of. It's photography, it's cinematography, it's music, it's pictures, it's special effects, it's editing, it's actors, it's people, it's settings, it's real locations, it's storytelling, it's all these things. And if someone can't even appreciate that, I don't know what. It's not exactly like a flex, or it's not a good thing. But okay. Yeah, you got Frodo, you got Samwise Gamgee, Frodo Baggins, Gollum, Gandalf, Aragorn. I know he's Aragorn, but it's easier saying Aragorn. Well, I don't think I've ever called him Aragorn, but you almost think of the R as like silent or something. Sauron, the Rings of Power, the One Ring to rule them all. One ring to bind them. You have my axe. You have my sword. You have my bow. God, so many good moments. And the memes. What's his... Boromir? Faramir? One does not simply... Oh, it's just... Oh, it's so good, man. You have the Stick of Truth, South Park, who made... The thing was themed after... The game was themed after Lord of the Rings. You have, Like everything, every show, every movie is referenced Lord of the Rings in some way or another, and it's just fantastic. Was it in Clerks as well, or Clerks 2? There's like a scene in there. I don't know. It's all over the place. It's been overdone and it's so saturated and mainstream and popular, and which is not a bad thing in this case. I even like Twilight, man. Twilight's up there. There's the golden age of movies and cinema, and God, and it was actually nice to go to theaters and pre-COVID, and like all movies nowadays are just garbage and a bunch of redone crap and reboots and remakes and remasters, and I know it's not great being the like, oh, it's all about the originals, and because that's not totally fair. I mean, that's how it all started, so you gotta respect it in that case, but at the same time, it's like you gotta still give some credit to just be happy, you know, just be proud that they're still doing stuff, and in a small world, in a small life, a small person, a small universe, a small earth, you really gotta love these things. Like, imagine if aliens came down, you know, having an idea of what life is. This is probably something that would come up, this movie. You know, it's life on camera, made with mirrors and sand and things from the ground and cameras, and it's amazing. It's magic. And hence, and that's why this makes so much sense, and that's why fantasy works so well too, and Star Wars and all them, is because, like, you know, it really is something special. And I'm glad I was able to be here. We didn't have things like this 50 years ago. We didn't have it 100 years ago, 1,000 years ago. And this has made it into the system now where it's gonna last forever. It's gonna be around. It's never gonna get lost or go away until the apocalypse, I guess. And even still, it's it's gonna live on through people and their kids and genetics and DNA and hereditary. You know, get your kids to like what you like, and it all kind of goes together. That's the thing when people don't like these things. It's like, dude, this is so much. You're thinking so small, and your perspective, like your angle, is so minimal and tiny, and expand your horizons more. And you know, when they say get out there more often, I don't think it's always meant to be literal. It's meant to just watch a movie, man. It's cheap, it's accessible, it's ready to go. Be thankful for where we are with technology alone, let alone just our entertainment values. And this means a lot to other people too. And you don't like something, dude, and your friend or your girlfriend or family likes something, and you want to participate, you want to like share that. It's things like this that can change your life. You have a conversation with someone, and you really get to kind of have those moments and find some common ground and similarities, which is not always an easy thing. And it's hard to do because there's so many people out there, and you're into so many different things. But this could be that one thing that you just connect. But you know, those people are so hopeless and so far gone, and so it's just more for me. Haters gonna hate, you know, all that. Yeah, liking Lord of the Rings is kind of nerdy. So what? Nerds are cool, man. It's the new thing. It's in. It's stylish. Same thing with weebs and anime, and it's just... I don't know. It's ridiculous. It's like, whoever doesn't like this stuff, dude, those people scare me. It's like, what planet do you live on, man? Are you human? Do you... It's those that have to create their own world in their isolated bubble, and... I don't know. I mean, in some way, I kind of get it. Like, it's all ridiculous and stupid and wonky and goofy and janky and oh, these little hobbit trolls and it's all fake and so none of it matters. And well, it's like, dude, if you're gonna look at things that way, man, Jesus, yikes. You know, I thought I was a hippie. It's like you gotta learn to love things, man. Learn people around you, and it's not all about materialistic shit, sure, but this doesn't even count as that. This isn't like a... This isn't stuff. It's not a pen. It's a it's a goddamn... It's a movie, man. Yeah, other than that, I don't know. Orlando Bloom, you got the guy that plays Gollum, what's his butt? Elijah Wood. Sean Astin. It was so weird. I think I saw Encino Man after after Lord of the Rings, and I could not see Samwise. It was so strange. I was like, what is he doing wearing regular clothes and like modern, or I wouldn't say modern, it's an old movie, but like 90s to whatever. It's like, what is he doing? But that's looking at it very differently from like, okay, you see Orlando Bloom in Pirates of the Caribbean, okay, whatever. Viggo Mortensen and whatever the hell he does, I don't care much more for his other stuff, to be honest. But then Elijah Wood, oh boy. You see him in other movies and it's very uncanny. Kind of same thing with Daniel Radcliffe and... Jesus, has Mark Hamill been in anything other than... And no, Chucky does not count. Child's Play. Has he been in anything other than Star Wars? He knew. He was like, alright, I'm gonna take my one-hit wonder and just... He didn't look at it like, oh, it's a job and I gotta like be in other stuff and oh, you haven't done anything in 5 years and, you know, Billy Zane stuff. Yeah, you got Ian McKellen, obviously Magneto. Yeah, I don't know, all the side guys, I didn't really care much for them inside and outside of this movie, but for some reason Encino Man just I don't know. But yeah, obviously all their movies they do after this is going to be second rate, and it's one of those weird things like, what if I was Elijah? What if I got a job? And what if I was on Lord of the Rings? Like, what do you do after? What tops that? What competition is there? How do you get better? How do you do more? And you can't. I don't know how I'd feel about that. It's like, you don't want to only be known for one thing, especially as an actor. You want to be, every role, every movie's gotta, there's gonna be stinkers. They know that, but that's your work, man. That's your livelihood. No different with music or anything else in the industry, and yeah. But you know, it's just something you gotta roll with, and it's just an acceptable fact. Like, once you're in there, I can imagine it's very different actually being in on the inside, but it's like with how many people there are out there and with the fan base that you have, and you can't expect too much. It's just that just doesn't make sense. It's not realistic. But then again, some of these people are so seasoned and veteran that whatever they've done beforehand, you know, they're doing just fine. If anything, this really helped their ratings and their numbers, but for most of these guys, it probably didn't change a whole lot. The only unknown people really was probably Elijah, and that's what they want to go for, is like an unknown, like, hey, we're gonna introduce this guy and it's gonna change his life and he's gonna become a star. And I don't know, that's just so cool, and everyone just has their moment. These people are so talented, and you know, actually going and getting something and pursuing that dream and that goal, or just happening to be in the right place at the right time, and luck and connections, and must be nice. But you know, yeah, it's just so nice to be with them on their journey and their path and their road and their quest, and it's all about the mission, and it had a direction and start to finish, and it was just, you wanted to see it wrap up, and God, just amazing. Just such a spectacle, like something you'll never... You can go outside and go on a mountain and enjoy a good view, man, but then you can watch a movie like this too, which is a lot easier to do. It's just as breathtaking and just majestic and graceful, and you know, everything's there. It's funny, it's sad, it's exciting, it's really like all that's what movies are, is drama and emotion and feelings, and that's why there's so much life put into this, and that's, you get so much out of it too. It goes both ways. And that's why the whole "when people don't like movies" thing just kind of, it's like, what? You just don't like life then. I wouldn't go around saying that stuff. Especially as like a content creator and as an entertainer, and you know, it's like, hey man, this is my life you're talking about. It's just kind of strange. And yeah, you want to spread that, and really, you want other people to enjoy what you enjoy, and it may not always line up the way you want, but if it's not Lord of the Rings specifically, like, okay, movies. If not movies, something like movies, I don't know. Pick something. But yeah, it's just, I don't know. It's one of the best franchises and series ever. And that's just a known fact, it's nothing new, but... And I didn't think their animated movies was going to be good, but man, was I wrong. Holy. And the fact that it was like kind of tied to actual anime, I was like, yes. Do I really want anime and Lord of the Rings together? Not necessarily, but it works. Yeah. Oh, and the ring, the Elvish on it. Oh, when I was in school, there was a book fair. Scholastic. Oh, and I got a bookmark. It was so cool. I love book fairs. They had the coolest crap, dude. A bunch of junk. Overpriced crap, but man. There's nothing like having some money and spending it there and just getting even just one thing. It was just great. I had a bookmark. I don't remember what the bookmark looked like, but it had a legitimate like fake gold cheap ring, but it had Elvish on it. And it would actually fit you, and I just thought it was the coolest thing ever, like having an actual ring of power. But it wasn't like an official prop, or you didn't have to go. It was just at school. So convenient. You didn't have to go to the store, nothing. It's like something you wouldn't even really find that at the store. You probably, because it's just such a small little, you know, probably only really find something like that like online or something. But it almost made you feel like Frodo, like, oh, I'm powerful, I can go invisible, I'm strong. it's one of the many things that makes you like confident and get through tough times. And I don't know, man, that ring meant a lot to me. I have no clue where it is now. It's gone, but which is a shame. It'd be interesting to still find it one day, but I doubt it. I'm sure you can get one now for like $5 or something. But yeah, just having, it's one of the coolest little prop things or objects or items I've like ever had. Like those and mood rings, man, there's something about it. And I'm not really like I don't wear rings. I used to wear necklaces and bracelets here and there, but accessories. But the fact that it came from a bookmark, man, it was like attached to it. Obviously, I guess the bookmark was so plain, you can't just depend on that alone, but man. And it's cool because it was on a string, you'd have this little ring dangling out of the book. It's probably a really easy way to lose it though, it's just next thing you know it falls off or something, but and that's why I probably lost it, because it was so small. That's what I'm saying, it's like things like this are just so, you know, merchandise, and it's just exciting anywhere you see it, it's interesting getting different streaming services and being like, oh, Lord of the Rings is on here, cool. Or even though most likely it's gonna be on like where it would mostly homely be at. Yeah, I've even seen people play like some of the older games. I think the first one, pretty retro, kind of goofy. It was like PS1 or something. But it's just so cool. I love that this is a part of my life and I can just have my own take on how I look at it and process it. And yeah, there's also the Doors. What's his name? And he's on some other stuff. But he's always gonna be Gimli to me. I never really liked the Doors though, to be fair. Like they're just so short. They're funny, but I guess I'd either be more into just the men or the elves or something. I always like the elves. They're so, you know, yeah, they got pointy ears, but they're so fancy and clean and just very hygienic. Everyone's just drop dead gorgeous. Ugh. Amazing. Gandalf was good, even though he looked like a hobo. Saruman was just like a white, old ass fart, evil. I love I love how dark it got too. It wasn't all just like you know, whimsical, whimsy, woo. Like you really get that with the Shire and the Hobbits, but I loved it when it got dark. Like the Death Eaters or whatever they're called, and the hoods and everything's so pointy and just like, ooh, man, it really. The thing about when things get made like this is it's real. Maybe not in this world, maybe not in this universe. Well, it was made here, but who's to say that this doesn't exist somewhere else in a different dimension or parallel universe or a different galaxy or a different time? Just the thought of that. Maybe not specifically like this, but that's not the point. It's more like it's just so believable and so real, and they did such a good job building the foundation and structure of this for so many years and putting it all together. And the theme, the languages, it's a big deal. You know, it was always going to be the author or whoever that started it, but everyone comes together and really helps build that dream and makes it come alive. And I just love that, man. That's such a job, dude. when you really just enjoy what you do. And yeah, it's a career, and yeah, a lot of technical stuff and learning and all that education. And but wow, just the projects you're able to be a part of, I imagine it's so great. You know, you get to be like, yeah, I was a part of this, and it's not just working at some restaurant or something, and you're happy, and you know. Shout outs to the camera guys and shit, you know? I'm definitely more going for like the acting part of it, but God, it's just gotta be, just every day is just, it's not even the aftermath too, like the fame and fortune and success. It's just, you know, that's crazy. And obviously, yeah, that's how you spoil, you know, the premieres and the riches, and or music with going to raves and stuff and live. That kind of final finished product. That's how huge it is. It's the kind of, it's when you think of these big things, like this is it, man. You think of the two towers, literally big. You think of that's why Star Wars is so big, space. Like you're taking these elements and really, and then Harry Potter, it's just pure magic. And oh, it's just so cool. As someone who's just always had movies, and through the good times and the bad, and they're always there for you, and they never disappoint you or let you down, or they're not like people. And you know, I'm thankful for Lord of the Rings, and any way I can support it and make a tribute and contribute and just continue to support things that I stand for and I'm loyal to, and I'll do it over and over and over again. You know, I'll give my energy and my life force to it to have it keep going. That's the price you pay. If it's not literal money or something, it's your time and your energy and effort, and it just gets me all stoked and hyper and woo. I want more, man. Like I love what's here. Like God, they did so well that they don't even have to. They already struck gold. You don't have to keep digging. But man, I would not be complaining. Keep it coming. Make better games. Make more movies. More shows. Whatever you gotta do. Rings of Power season 3. I don't know. Fucking. Please, more. Consume that content day in and day out. Because I like a lot of things, but the things I do like, I know that I like them and I stand by it, and I'm like, I know what I like and don't like, and I have no problem continuing everything that they offer, everything that they do. Because I like a lot of things, but in each of those things, each of those categories, I'm really stuck there with very certain specific things, because I know how good it is. I know its potential. I see it and I understand it. And yeah, Lord of the Rings pretty good. Got more all the locations, the Moria. Is it Moria? Mount Doom, Middle Earth. You have the Gondor, you have Minas Tirith, you have the King's Sword and weapons and the staffs, and how the you know, the chainmail armor and the elvish swords and the bows, and I'm just so jealous, man. I wish I could have made this. Not everything has to be done through a book. I think that's such crap, dude. It's like, yeah, you have material there and it's all ready to go and just whatever, but it's just words. What else do you get? Some cover art, and there's no reason why people it shouldn't make something of their own world and their own, even if it's similar. It could be a lot of hard work, and it's not as easy to do as the older days where there's just a lot less going on, and but you also had to go a lot more out of your way too, sure, but you know, whether it's anime or comics or games or like, oh man, just enjoying what you do and just providing entertainment for others and really giving to the world. And yes, it's not science or business or technology but it's so many of those things combined, and that's like, you're not really specializing in one field, but man, you're really jack of all trades. But it's hard when life's on the go, and you know, you got to really sit down and commit and be passionate, and obviously the sooner the better. And I guess the big message and signal of this movie is follow your dreams, and if you can dream it, you can do it, and just do it. Make your dreams come true, and follow your heart. And God, I just love it, man. Like, I think Star Wars can do that too, and Harry Potter, but you know, be the hero, be the guy, With something about Lord of the Rings, I think it just really tackles so many more of those humanistic, is that a word? Characteristics, and like, it's more down to earth and grounded, and I mean, so is that other stuff, but just in a going a little too out of your way. Sure, here there's like literal monsters and creatures, like whatever, but you don't really, just looking at it from like the base thing, and you know, following through with things, and there's just so much good about it that really stands out and speaks to you. And yeah, good wars, that's a big one. Good action sequences, very on a grand scale. It's like 300 or Gladiator. Oh, just these huge production value. The battles are the best part. And obviously, usually it's like towards the end kind of thing, but it's not even that too. It's just all the conversation, the dialogue, and the bantering, and them getting to know each other and having conversations and coming together and working as a team, but splitting off and doing your own thing, and kind of, God. And it's ultimately a period piece. It's like, what was life like 1,000 years ago? What could it have been like? And everything was so brand new to you, and you know, you didn't have computers and TVs and movies and stuff back then, so life was what you made of it. And just waking up every day was a movie, man. You never know what's gonna happen, and good or bad. It just really fuels your imagination, and keeps your spirit alive, and like who you were and who you are and what you've become and what you've been through and who you're gonna be in the future, past, present. You know, and then you watch other relatable things, stuff like this, or stuff that has something from it, pulled from it, and you enjoy that just the same, or if not less or more. It's just great. It really pushes the boundaries, like what can be done, how far can these things go, and you know, And it just goes to show you can't do everything alone, and you need other people to help you and to make these things possible. And it's, I don't know, it really, it's just a very special thing, and you're never gonna like not kind of keep that close, you're like your whole life. And there's a downside though. I mean, you think anything's possible, and all of a sudden it's like, you know, things seem a little too possible, and then you're like, shit, man. But it's not a bad thing. You can enjoy this as a kid, as an adult, or whatever. And God, it's just, I don't know. It needs to go in a museum one day, or if it's not already, it's not that old, but it just be really preserved. And obviously it's in the archives and all that. And even then, like back in the days, like times like this were just so 1 in a million. And don't ever forget that. And I don't know, fucking yeah, you got Arwen too. Oh, she's so hot. I saw her in freaking what's it called? This Strangers, horror movie with the masked girls and the bag potato sack guy. Those Strangers? I don't know. But yeah, it was weird seeing her in that too. It was kind of the similar thing with Sean. Anything else you see Elijah in is just like, eh. Kind of just phase it out, tune it out. I'd say more so, it's even more weird is when Daniel's in something. Especially because you saw him as like a kid and he grew up, and Elijah just, I think he just still looks like Elijah. Just got that baby face. Yeah, Arwen, man, she's so thick, and she's got that elvish, really sharp, piercing eyes, and just this, she has an aura and like a, I mean, it was her and then Galadriel or whatever her name is, and whew, elf women, goddamn. Yeah, you got Rohan, you got the King's daughter, which is like, okay, what's her name? Yeah, Brad Dourif. God, it's just so crazy, man. That I can't fathom like when you're a part of something like this, man, you're really going down in history. You're gonna be remembered. You're gonna be immortalized and immortal, and wow, shocking. It's like, imagine being in Lord of the Rings. I mean, I wouldn't even. The thing with me is like, even if you could be like an extra. It's like, that's cool and all, man, being on set, but wow, just really being like an actual part of something like this. And I just hope other people are happy in what they're doing with their life and their families and their work, and you know, it's stuff like this that can really help cope with all that. And it's movies like this that'll get you to really dig deeper and, you know, can I do stuff like this? Can I do something to where I could be a part of this? Am I qualified? Am I good enough? Can I do it? I'm not really into all that stuff, but you know, am I gonna have to literally get like an academic thing or self-taught or man, I don't know. I just love talent. I love talented people. I love minds. I love people that... I don't even think it's so much like taking the risk and jumping, making bounds and jumping. I just think it's like just doing something, and because it's so easy to kind of stand still and be frozen, and I don't know. Yeah. God damn it, now I want to watch Lord of the Rings again. For like the bazillionth time. Yeah, Lord of the Rings.
The dead do not suffer the living to pass.
You will suffer me.